good to see you. You get fairy dust, and I get fairy dust, and Amelie's right here with us. She gets fairy dust. Little cutie. All right. Welcome to the Irreverent Grief Guide. And today's advanced grief lesson has to do with the thinking and the beginning of the thinking about what it means to be in full-on grief and have to have holidays. For some, the holidays are helpful, and just because of the events of the holidays, it could potentially be helpful. But for a lot of us, they fucking suck. They're a fucking nightmare. We wish that we didn't have them. For others of us, we don't even know how we're going to get through it. And then for the others, yes, I write shit on my hand. And for others of us, it is like, let me just hide until it's over. And then for others of us, we just don't want them to exist. And there are some who there are going to be anniversaries of the death, of the sickness, of the pain in this time frame. There may be birthdays, yours or the person who died's birthday, a wedding anniversary during this time. So for you, the pain is just compounded. And I am here to be helpful. I am here to help you through the holidays the best ways that I can think of. And so, as you know, I am always interested and curious about functioning. And so I want you to know that whatever you need to do to get yourself to the new year is perfect. Like, it's fine. It's what's called for. For some extroverts that are grieving, actually being at parties may be helpful. But for introverts, not so much. Like, we grieve in solitude, and that's very healthy grief for introverts. And so I just want you to be thinking, I want you to be thinking ahead of time. What's coming up for you? What are your fears? What are you worried about? What are you concerned about? What tips do you need? What hints are you interested? You know, what challenges await you? And you just let me know, and I will address them. And so it may be through writing, it may be through on Instagram, or it may be just here on video. I'm going to be making more videos a week during this time for both grief and codependency, because it is just a very hard time and it is a challenge. And it's just nice to know that somebody else is approaching these things in a way that promotes personal growth and promotes self-care and promotes kindness, and for yourself and for others, and a space to grieve, during the holidays. Some of the grief with the holidays is actually to do with the holidays. So, and grief is so unique. I'll give you, for instance, let's say somebody's mom died and their mom loved Christmas. Okay, your way to get through, and if you love Christmas before this happened, maybe to love Christmas. But what if you can't? What if you just feel lost? That's okay. You're gonna just do a little bit to love Christmas in her honor. What if your husband died and he loved to cook the Thanksgiving turkey? Thanksgiving's gonna be hard. who's going to cook the turkey? These are hard, painful decisions. And do you see how grief is wrapped up in every single decision, even about a fucking turkey? So I just want to say this is a place, the holidays and grief are a wonderful place to use the tool of and. And if you I haven't taught it to you yet, or you haven't seen a video with me talking about it, I'll give you a quick version of it now. The word and is my favorite word. The word and for me is the most amazing and wonderful word in regard to the psyche. And that means that we as humans get to have more than one experience at the same time. So, and you have already experienced this in grief, I know, but maybe haven't had the words for it or haven't thought about it like this. But there are times when we're grieving and happy. So, I don't know why this example popped in my mind, but let's say you have a little, 1-year-old and you're in full-on grief for a loss in your family. And you have a baby and the baby begins to walk. You will feel joy. You will feel excitement. You will feel elation. You will feel happy. And in that same moment, you will be grieving. Because you're just grieving. So after a death, you're just grieving. So it's not that the grief stopped, the grief's on pause while you enjoy life for a second. Absolutely not. And. We're happy and we're grieving. Also, that moment may make you sad, so you can be happy in that moment, so elated, so proud, and fucking devastated because the person who died did not get to see it, and you can't fucking call that person to tell them about this or send them the video. That's how and works. These things exist at the same time because our psyches are complex. So we can grieve and be happy at the exact same time. And so that is what I want you to be thinking about. Being happy does not take away an ounce of grief. And grieving actually may take away an ounce of happiness. But maybe in that moment you were lost in the joy of it, lost in the magic of it, and you didn't feel grief in that moment. That doesn't mean you weren't grieving. And so when we grieve, we're always grieving. The grief is not turned off and on depending on if we're sad or not. We're grieving and we're doing something else. We're grieving and we're happy or elated. The holidays is a perfect time to think about this because a lot of times we feel guilty for being happy when we're suffering and when we're grieving and when there's a person missing that's not enjoying whatever's going on. That is actually sad and painful. And then we feel guilty, and then that brings us right back to grief, and then we're just like, am I allowed to laugh at this joke? Am I, does that mean I'm not grieving? No. From this moment on, full on fucking permission. You fucking live, and you can have more than one experience at the same time. Anytime you're doing something else, you're decorating a tree, you're making cookies, you're whatever, going to a party, you're throwing the party, you're putting up the tree, whatever, you are also grieving. You don't have to be thinking about it for this to be true. So when those moments come, and they will, I just want you to remember your magic word. Elizabeth's magic word is and you can say, yeah, I'm happy and I'm fucking sad. I am excited and I'm fucking sad. Or I'm excited and I'm grieving. Grieving is a great word to use with yourself. Also, you could say, I'm happy in this fucking moment and I'm mourning. So whatever word in bereavement, whatever words you want to use, for me, I just keep it simple and just say I'm grieving. But I wanted to you please take that and hold it closely in your heart, because part of what we do to honor those who are not here anymore is we actually live our lives, and it's our duty to do so. And it's really fucking hard, and it's a nightmare. And I put myself on YouTube, on Instagram, to make sure that you knew you weren't alone in this shit. And that I'm thinking about you, and I would love to be helpful or suggest helpful things along the way. So just let me know. So DM me on Instagram, make a comment on Instagram. Comments here, that's easy too. So anyway, I'm thinking about you, love you, and we're gonna figure out how to get through this shit. Happy fucking holidays. Love you. Bye.